today's topic is Black people's diet. I'm not really convinced that we're genetically predisposed to diseases. Of course, we all have a genetic makeup that's passed down through our genealogy, but that concept that I am 75% likely to get diabetes because my grandmother had it just doesn't really resonate with me. I feel like it's more so your diet, your consumption of just all other things. Like it could be your air. For example, like my mom didn't have asthma since she came up here. It's because of the air quality. It's not because my grandmother had asthma. My grandmother didn't even have asthma. Or like my father has gout, and I think his father has gout. My uncles have gout, but I don't have gout. So I really just feel like it's a lot. It's a combination of poor eating habits and not really having control over portion that contributes to a lot of diseases that plague Black people. We all eat similarly, soul food. So you're eating yams and you're eating pound cakes, and there's a lot of dairy and fat. So of course, generations in the family have it because we're all eating from the same recipes, grandma's recipes. But I don't think it's just because grandma's genes gave it to us. That's a lie. I guarantee if we were eating plant-based diets or if we just cut back, we wouldn't have generations of high or too low glucose or of high blood pressure or high cholesterol and all that stuff. I feel like that slave culture has contributed to our eating habits and like eating what you had to do, but that's just the thing. We're not slaves. We can eat what we want. And to know and to not do is to not know. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about better ways to eat. It's just that we choose not to. I've known about eating better when I was younger, but I chose not to. Some reasons because I grew up in the hood, so it was a food desert. Some reasons being the food just tastes good. I mean, who wants to give up the ham hocks and the 3 cheese macaroni and cheese and your grandma's stuffing and the biscuits? Like, who wants to get rid of that? But once you start to realize what it does to your body and how it compounds and it starts to slow down the process, it becomes an easier process. Plus, once you just try something different and you feel how much better your body is operating and you know how much more clear your mind and your headspace is, it becomes an easier decision. Now for me, I don't have a choice but to change my eating habits because I can read something about maybe parasites in fish or something like that, and my mind will automatically snap and say, you know, we're not fucking with that, and I'll try to cheat and I'll get sick. Like, I can say something the same day. Mind you, I had fish last night, but I'll try to eat it in the morning and my body rejects it. I don't know about other people. Maybe they just push past the guilt, or they'll just, you know, sacrifice being on the shitter all night. But me, I'm trying to be here when I'm 95, 102, and I'm not trying to be crawling around either. I'm trying to like my own ass when I'm old. And I think people just really see eating healthier as like a sacrifice rather than seeing it as a benefit. I don't think it's sacrificial for me to stop eating something when it does my body better. I used to love chicken, but as soon as I stopped eating chicken, my breast went down, this metabolism, stuff like that. Like, if you notice, you get really tired, you get the itis. That shit's not cute. You get the itis because your body's shutting down so that it can put that energy into digesting the bullshit that you just put in yourself. And you have a lot of people who claim to be vegan and they're like, stop eating everything. I don't even care if you stop eating everything, but if you're gonna eat a steak, then just don't eat another steak the next night. Give your body the opportunity to get rid of it. If you're gonna eat crabs all weekend, then just have a smoothie so your body can wash that shit out. Eat some greens. People want to be eating steak and shrimp and potatoes with a couple of little spears of asparagus and think they're doing something. That's not doing anything. You still have all of that meat sitting in you all weekend. You think you're shitting it out, but you're not. It takes like 13 years for beef to really go through your body. So imagine how that rotten meat is affecting your intestines. Imagine how much lighter you actually are when you get on the scale. But you don't know because you're full of parasites and old meat. And again, it's not even about chastising. It's literally about health. Do you want to get your leg amputated like your grandfather? Do you want to be fat as shit? Do you want to be tired in your 40s and 50s? Some of y'all tired in your 30s. Why are you walking up the steps sweating? You 30. You can't even chase after your badass kids. You 28. It's your food. Give your body a break sometimes. You don't have to be vegan. I cheat all the time, but I always get on the shitter and I regret it. So I'm just working on just taking care of my body, and I feel like self-care is not all the cute shit like manicures and pedicures. It starts with your diet. It starts, you know why your skin looks terrible? Because you fucking keep eating chips before you go to bed at night. It's just simple changes. It's moderation. Instead of eating a whole steak, cut that bitch in half, give it to your girl, or put it in the refrigerator for lunch. But y'all want to eat 2-3 steaks because you big living. Well, that big living is going to cost you a big ticket, medical expenses, and life off of you, like years off your life rather. I'm on an improved diet. I can't lie and say I'm vegan or I'm vegetarian, but I do not eat dairy. I do not eat meat, and I cut out seafood recently. I'm not up here like, I don't eat gluten. I don't even know what gluten is. I won't even sit up here and lie. Yeah, I don't count calories, but I do read labels. I do make sure I don't eat genetically modified foods, and I know that sounds impossible because basically all our food is genetically modified, but if I see it on the package, I'm not eating it. I used to fuck up a whole box of goldfish till I realized it started tasting funny. Then I read the back and it's not even real cheese anymore. So you're not eating real food. You're eating food that has no nutritional value or content. You're eating hella starches and sugars, which is addictive. So you can't even eat portion sizes. You're just overeating. You're eating trash. So your body is never getting the nutrients. If you're gonna eat a lot of trash, at least eat a lot of greens before bed. Have a kale shake or something. They even have kale chips. Just try. Niggas don't even want to try. Oh, fuck that shit. I'm just... Okay. Say that when you're 30. I started making better food choices because I read a lot and I listen to different podcasts and stuff like that. Like certain people, like, you know, like Moors or a lot of Hindu people I know, a lot of Indian people I know. This is just different stuff. It's not one specific thing. Different people that I came into contact with, they were vegetarian or vegan, and I'm just like, what's up with that? What is... And just I would just start to read, and I would realize, okay, you know, I don't know about this parasite stuff, but that does sound pretty nasty. Oh man, tilapia isn't real fish anyway. So as I start reading about what these foods do or what they're really made of, where they come from, it became a lot easier for me to not eat them. Like hot dogs, for example. When I started to realize that they let a certain amount of mice and roaches get in the grinder and they don't get it out, or I started to realize it was made of gristle, I can't stomach eating bones and gristle and scraps of animal mixed in with roaches and rats. Like, that's an easy decision. I can't stomach eating farm and factory grown fish. That doesn't even sound right. I can't stomach eating something that I know for a fact has nothing to do with an animal or a plant. It's completely... What is tofu? How do you have a perfectly square, symmetrical piece of food and you can chop it up to any... That sounds crazy. So... it wasn't just like, okay, I'm gonna stop eating everything. I just stopped eating, like, all right, I didn't really eat red meat, and then I was like, all right, pork ain't all that. I'm gonna just eat bacon, and then I was like, all right, fuck bacon, and then chicken got cut out, then it was turkey. So it was really a process of just eliminating stuff, and as I started to eliminate stuff, I noticed my skin got clearer, I lost weight, I had a higher metabolism, more energy, and so it just encouraged me to just keep going, just knock that out. And especially menstruation for the women, dairy is ridiculous. Dairy is ridiculous for everybody, but especially women, that shit for your reproductive system is just destructive as shit. Like, your cycles, you're not supposed to bleed as much. You're not even supposed to cramp at all. So once you realize all of this stuff, you realize all this pain and all this mucus in your system is literally from food. It's easy for me to kick it out. It's not worth it. To me. Food has vibrations. If you eat a food that was slaughtered terribly or was stressed out before it died, you think those vibrations aren't in the meat? There's vibrations in your body, right? I've eaten crabs and literally my attitude changed when we left the restaurant because, I mean, the crab got boiled alive. That's traumatizing. So you're eating that energy, wondering why you cussing and fussing and fighting at the bar because you eating $1 crabs and you drinking beer and you drinking Hennessy, so anything can happen. I never really try to tell people to stop eating something because it's unrealistic we're addicted to food because what they put in it. So a lot of people can't do it cold turkey like I did. So I would just say slow down your consumption. Maybe stop eating chicken boxes every day. Stop eating crabs every weekend. Stop eating crabs and shrimp and lobster at the same time. Like, stop going all you can eat. Like, what are you doing? Your stomach is like this big and you're eating 8 plates just because you don't want to waste your $13.75. What? So I would start off by saying, like, just lessen how much you consume, and I would say just eat more greens. So that's really the thing. If people just ate more greens, your body could wash all of that shit out and flush it out. But if you're just eating a bunch of starch and you're clogged up, not only eating toxins, but your body can't get it out fast enough. So now you got pimples, now you have cancer, you have cysts in your ovaries, you got an extra nipple, you don't know where it came from. All that extra stuff is coming from what the animals are eating, what the companies are putting in the animals after they slaughter them, and then what they're putting in to preserve the stuff. So cut it out, eat more greens. Alternatives for people that have like a sweet tooth, like let's say you like to use a lot of sugar in your coffee, you can use agave or honey. Agave is really good. It tastes really good. I guess like for candy, I don't really have substitutes for like candy and soda because it's high fructose corn syrup, which is addictive and very dangerous. So I don't really have anything like that. I just think you shouldn't eat it. But again, I'm not really trying to get people to be extreme and do things that they don't want to do. It's really this portion control. Instead of eating the whole bag of Skittles, eat a couple and put them down. Because once you stop eating them, you're going to taste how nasty they are. You can taste the dye. You can taste the sugar, which is more addictive than cocaine. And most of the time, it's not even real pure cane sugar. It's high fructose corn syrup. And I'm not one of those people like, vegan or die. You know, we all going to die anyway. But I think you should die comfortably. Fruit is very sweet. I know that sounds corny, but fruit is good as shit. And applesauce is good. Tangerines are good. If you don't like watermelon, just eat something else, but just swap it out. If you want to eat your candy, cool, but don't eat it every day. Don't chew gum every day. Like, just eat a mint. A mint goes away. Gum just sits in there. I don't know how to not sound like a health nut. For me, it's just automatic, but I guess it's really just portion control. Agave instead of sugar. Fruit instead of candy every day. Don't eat candy for breakfast. How about that? Treat snacks like snacks and not meals. I used to be guilty. I would wake up late. I was not on a good schedule. I didn't eat breakfast in the morning. Guess what I ate? Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I had Top Pops. I had cold cuts. If the chicken box spot, if I was really late, chicken box. Oh yes, that's how I started my day. And I had multiple bags of chips, multiple juices. We had the little fruities. We had about 75 of them instead of eating. But if you notice, when you snack, you never get full, which is why you keep eating the snacks. So just eat a couple of snacks and eat a whole meal to curb your addiction. And yes, it is an addiction. They want you to keep eating their food because if you don't consume the food, they don't make the money. It's all about the business. It's not about the health. We'll be here forever talking about this. I have not been to McDonald's in years. The smell is repulsive. Like, have you seen the machine that pushes out the goo that makes McNuggets? The fries never expire. Ew. Oh my gosh. To be quite frank, I would never absolutely have to. I'd rather starve than eat fast food. It sounds extreme, but I'd rather push it and just drink water than eat fast food because it's really that trash. Like, there's no way around it. Wendy's is trash. McDonald's is trash. Burger King is trash. Chick-fil-A is trash. I would probably eat a Chick-fil-A salad, but then I still wouldn't want it because I can't eat blue cheese and ranch. So then I'm just eating grass, and I can't eat grass. So I guess I just wouldn't be eating fast food. But when you make lifestyle changes, though, you don't have to do that because you know, all right, I'm going to have trail mix, or I'm going to have some granola. Yeah, pre-planned. Like, just how you know you don't want to pay for the drinks in the club, so you stop to the liquor store and put the shorty in your back pocket or your girlfriend's purse. When you start to make better food choices, you start to put the granolas in the girlfriend's purse, or you put the shakes in the backpack, or you make them in the morning. So it's really just about discipline. we just like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm not gonna wake up on time. I'm not going. No, you gotta prep it. You gotta do it. Fuck that shit. There is no good fast food. Fast food is trash food. The advice I would give to a parent trying to navigate this type of world we live in and getting their kids to eat better, to just start them off eating good. Like, people really do not plan for parenthood the way they think they should. They think it's just food, shelter, and money, but it's what kind of food. So if you control how they eat from the jump, they really won't want that food anyway. When I stopped eating certain food, it began to stink, and I didn't want it anyway. Like, it's when you stop eating meat, it literally smells dead with seasoning. If you feel like you just can't cut it out of your diet, try not to give so much of it to your child. Try to look for other options. Like, instead of getting ice pops, make the ice pops. It's easy to make frozen cups. Like, you can just grind up fruit and ice and freeze it, and it still tastes really, really good. It actually tastes better. It doesn't taste syrupy, and it doesn't have all the unhealthy dye in it. I guess what I would say is, it's not necessarily about not eating meat at all, but just try to cook. Parents don't cook shit. You just want to put everything in the microwave, eat the Murray's, the seasoning, and everything is already on it. It's frozen. You pop it in the oven. Stop making 5-minute food for your kids. Learn to cook. If you're gonna eat chicken, make sure it's chicken that wasn't raised in a cage. Make sure it's chicken that wasn't pumped up with all these preservatives and what is it called? Testosterone. The chicken wing shouldn't look like a turkey wing. Chicken wings are like this big, and y'all eating chicken wings this big with fur on it. Just makes sense. Like, don't give your kids popsicles just because they're crying. Like, make them eat food. Kids like food, but if you never give them real food, then of course they're gonna cry when you make them eat regular food. You just gave them a cocaine ice pop. Sugar is worse than cocaine. If you're gonna start them off with ice pops, why would they want to eat yogurt? Yogurt tastes like ass compared to sugar cocaine. Or like, what is it? Pop-Tarts. So I was helping somebody raise their little son for like a year, right? Everyone swore he was bad, but it was the food. When he was with me, I wouldn't give him Pop-Tarts. I would give him fruit cups. It's a healthy medium. It's sweet, but it's fruit. I would give him little mandarin oranges. He was the best well-behaved kid ever, but as soon as he got Pop-Tarts, he started running around, cutting through the house and shit. Like, it starts with you. Give them something that's good, and they'll fuck with it. But if you start them off giving them trash and then try to convert them, it's gonna be impossible. Sometimes give them oatmeal, sometimes give them cereal, sometimes give them a Pop-Tart, or give it to them as a treat. Like, just give them one piece of the Pop-Tart. Don't give them both pieces of the Pop-Tart. Don't let them get 5 Pop-Tarts. When the Pop-Tart is gone, tell them that's it. Don't give them a Pop-Tart and a popsicle and fucking ice cream. All like, what are you doing? Your kid's not bad. They're high. Don't crackheads act crazy when they high? Go around stealing shit? Your kid is high off of sugar right now. I think people are too extreme with it. I don't think you have to be vegan, and I don't think you have to be a fat ass. Like, you don't have to eat everything in sight, but you also don't have to be skinny vegan. Portion control. Stop over consuming. Stop eating more than you need to eat. And when you eat healthier foods, you won't feel like you're never full. And I would just say, food is to give you nourishment, not comfort. It's not supposed to be vanity. And it's not supposed to be all controlled either. Like, you better eat that pound cake. Just don't eat the whole thing, sis. A slice and you're good. All right, you want a little scoop of ice cream? Cool. Don't eat the whole pint of ice cream, sis. Put it down. Put it down. And don't eat everything fried. If you want to have fried chicken maybe twice a week, and then the rest eat it baked, broiled. Like, basically just learn how to cook. There's so many ways to prepare food that can take an unhealthy meal to a midway. You just gotta find what works for you. Alright, you don't want to cut meat out, prepare it more healthily. We eat everything and don't even know what's in it, what it's called, what it does to the body, if it's even feeding the body. Feed the body to live. Don't live to feed the body. there's not like a particular way to be healthy. Just like anything in life, there isn't one way. There's billions and trillions of combinations of ways to do things. You'd have to figure out what works for yourself. Water before you go to bed, drink water when you wake up, drink water after you drink water after you eat crazy food. If you had a really, really crazy week with a lot of crazy food, do a cleanse, drink some tea before and after a meal. It's a lot of little things you can do just to help your body get rid of it. Even if you don't want to change the diet, do things that help your body get rid of the stuff. Like, you can do cleanses, they have detoxes, and again, water. You can't just drink juice and soda and say water is nasty. What's wrong with you? Water doesn't have a taste. How is it nasty? You're so addicted to high fructose corn syrup that you think water is nasty when your body is made of 80% of water. What's wrong with you? That's why you got 75 pimples all over your face, because you just eating sugar and drinking sugar and you're not regenerating your body. So guess what? Your body's gonna push it out of your pores. What people don't realize is breath stink when you drink alcohol and don't drink water. Your pee stinks when you drink alcohol and don't drink water. Your shit smells really bad. Why? Because it's all toxins and no water. If nothing else, if you don't want to do anything healthy in your life, drink some damn water.